welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching the news at 10 live on Channels Television. A reminder of our top stories. National Chairman of the ruling All Progressives Congress, Adams Oshiomhole, tells APC senators to seek legal means of impeaching Senate President Dr. Bukola Saraki as he lists Saraki's anti-party actions. Senate President Dr. Bukola Saraki rejects call for his impeachment, describes Oshiomhole's call as wishful thinking. Independent National Electoral Commission INEC says preparations in top gear ahead of Saturday's National Assembly by-elections in Bauchi, Kogi and Cross River State. Police arrest suspect following murder of 4 persons in eastern Canada. Channels2.com has more information for you, and on youtube.com/channelsweb you can watch our videos. You can also watch us on your mobile device via your browser or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. Besides giving you access to news and updates on the go, the Channels TV and Channels 24 apps have an eyewitness feature that you can use to share pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu, and please follow the instructions. To security, armed men have attacked a community in Katsina, Alla local government area of Benue state, killing several people. Eyewitnesses say so far 12 people were killed in the attack, while police have confirmed 9 deaths. Channels Television's correspondent gathered that the attackers stormed the community, shooting indiscriminately, while some of them entered into people's homes to kill them. The Benue State Governor, Samuel Ortom, who visited the community today, decried the incessant attacks on communities in Katsina, Alla local government, describing it as unacceptable. He, however, confirmed that troops have been deployed to the affected areas to control the situation, while also assuring the people that decisive actions are being taken to prevent further attacks. The governor also confirmed that 3 persons have been arrested in connection with the attack. The freezing of the bank accounts of the Benue and Akwa Ibom state governments by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has continued to attract reactions from Nigerians. The latest is coming from a former Lagos State Director of Public Prosecutions, Mr. Fola Arthur, who describes the action of the anti-graft body as illegal. He was speaking on our breakfast program, Sunrise Daily, where he stated the grounds on which the EFCC can exercise such powers.
EFCC is an agency set up to deal with certain specified crimes, right? Crimes. And then to go after the proceeds of crime. Not to say, oh, we believe. And so if an account or a particular amount does not fit within that precept, what's the basis of freezing? How does a state account? It's not the governor's account, remember? It's not any official's account. It is the public treasury of the state. We may say that it was the intention, we believe, that is the intention of government officials to steal or remove illegally from that account, right? And therefore we want to, in some way, prevent that. You don't prevent that by freezing the account. No agency can be given such power. That means you can disrupt anything. You will stop the payment of salaries, stop the payment of services, stop the payment of debt, etc. Exactly. And that could never have been the intention of the lawmakers. The best you can do, in my view, if you fear that there is a conspiracy afoot to take from that account, is to trace the money. Then when it goes into like a private account, you can say, aha, I want to freeze that account.
Let's join Mark Ogun Yusuf, who has some more stories from Abuja. Hello, Mark.
Hello, Millicent. The United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, UNICEF, says it will support Nigeria to ensure that childbirths are registered. UNICEF Country Director UNICEF country representative in Nigeria, Mohammed Fall, says about 70% of children born in the country every year are not registered at birth. He was speaking at the maiden edition of the Africa Civil Registration and Vital Statistics Day. Our correspondent Terry Kumi reports.
Civil registration is the system by which a government records the births, marriages and deaths of its citizens. But just how well is Nigeria doing in this regard? According to the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, UNICEF, only 30% of Nigerian children are currently registered. Some attribute this to lack of awareness. And that is the essence of this gathering, which suggests that there could be more associated problems with civil registration.
We have rampant cases of people falsifying their ages for one reason or the other. That is possible because there was no civil registration before now. So when there is universal civil registration, it will now become a thing of the past for anybody to attempt to falsify his age.
The UNICEF country representative in Nigeria seizes the opportunity to highlight some of Nigeria's child health challenges.
Nigeria, with close to 1 million under 5 deaths every year, is carrying the third largest burden of child mortality in the world. Nigeria is also home of the second highest burden of stunted children, with a national prevalence of 33%, affecting around 11 million under 5 children.
Some of the major challenges responsible for the low civil registration in the country include lack of awareness of its importance, limited access to registration services, poor infrastructure, and limited workforce. These obviously are challenges that require as much support as possible.
The UNICEF will be standing next to the federal government of Nigeria, next to the state government of Nigeria, next to the National Commission for Population, and to the civil society to make the advancement of civil registration and vital statistics our cause together. And we will not spare any effort in this process.
UNICEF estimates that 5 million children are born in Nigeria annually, which is about the population of Libya. And 70% of this number are not registered, which means there is no legal backing to their existence. Terry Ikumi, Channels Television News.
And youths from more than 300 towns, villages and settlements in the oil-rich Alla area of Ondo State have staged a peaceful protest to demand the provision of basic amenities and the presence of a responsive government. Alla community is one of the 2 oil-producing communities in Ondo State, and the protesters claim they do not have access to good roads, medical care and pipe-borne water.
Alla is one of the oil-producing local government areas in Ondo State. But like every other oil-producing state, residents complain of the lack of basic infrastructure. Commuting gets difficult, and residents have to wade across water to get to their homes, schools, or businesses. Displeased with their living conditions, youths in the area converge on Igbokoda, the headquarters of the local government, to stage a peaceful protest. They say they've had enough of poor electricity, inefficient healthcare system, unemployment, environmental degradation, absence of portable water, and poor road network.
10 years of blackout, uninterrupted blackout in this local government. Not only this local government alone, we're talking about the entire Ondo South Senatorial District. Now, how can you shut a whole senatorial district out of the national grid for more than 10 years? It is demonic, it is satanic, and it is callous.
We are begging the state government or whatever, to please assist us to do the sampling of this place and fencing of the compound for the safety of our puppies.
But the traditional ruler of Igbokoda says the people are the cause of their plight.
if we are putting the blame on the government, we're not just being sincere. Apart from campaign, period, no government officials visit this area. They always label us as areas that cannot be visited, as areas that is prone to crime and criminality. But during campaigns, our sons and daughters will take them to just few places that they could be proud of.
The chairman of the Ondo State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission blames the Benin Electricity Distribution Company for the lack of power.
BEDC must be held accountable because you cannot say a whole community is OU. I know communities, I know persons in communities that paid their bills up to 2015, for instance, and you did not give them light.
The youth and people of Ilaje insist that the protest will continue and may even become confrontational if the government refuses to attend to their demands.
Well, in comparison with some contrast now in neighboring Osun State, all road projects completed under the administration of Governor Rauf Aregbesola will last for decades. And this assurance is coming from the State Commissioner for Works and Transport, Mr. Kazim Salami. He says the state government will always implement projects that create the most impact on the lives of the people.
This was the state of the 17 points. It's different now, as the state government appears determined to ensure the provision of infrastructure for the residents of the areas. This is courtesy the Osun Rural Access and Mobility Project, set up to ensure the completion of all such projects, both in urban and rural areas, besides the construction of 10-kilometer roads in each of the 30 local government areas of the state. For the Governor Rauf Aregbesola administration, not only is the construction of new roads a priority, ensuring that the roads are durable is also critical.
We went around to make sure there are connectivity. Then linkage to the villages. All the 9, when it did not concentrate only on one federal constituency, or any administration could do more in the state capital, but there is no place you get to in the state of Florida that you will not see the hand of the present administration.
The state government says the need to reduce accident on roads is also a significant factor in ensuring the quick completion of the project, as corroborated by the Federal Road Safety Corps in the state.
Before the completion of the road, it has always been on the average, on weekly basis, on daily basis, we will record not less than 1 to 2 crashes between Egbeda to Ife along this axis. But immediately after the completion of the road and commission, it has reduced the rate of crashes as well.
The Osun State government says the construction of roads and bridges are a fulfillment of its promises to the people and will not relent until it achieves all it set out to accomplish.
When the News at 10 returns, 5 Nigerian students from Anambra State win 2018 Technovation World Peak Summit in Silicon Valley, United States of America. Do join us again.